Stuff you should think about podcast.
I'm G, and today we're tackling a question that frustrated snackers, chefs, and parents everywhere. Why do apples turn brown? Kind of a kind of a different thing because you never really wonder about that. It's just kind of something that I guess happens, I would guess. And but we want to think about more importantly, how can we stop it? How can we make them last a little bit longer? So, I want you to picture this. You cut up an apple for a midday snack, only to check it 10 minutes later, and uh-oh, there it is, that unappetizing brown film. Gross, right? But here's a twist. It's not a curse. It's science. And once we crack the code, you'll never look at your fruit bowl the same way again. So let's dig in. The science of browning. First, let's get our heads around why this happens. When you slice into an apple, you're doing more than just snacking. You're interrupting the fruit's inner peace. Inside every apple are cells containing two key players. One is an enzyme called polyphenol oxidase, or PPO, and a bunch of phenolic compounds. These two usually live in harmony, but they're separated by cell walls. But slice it up and boom, the cells are weak and their walls break easily. Now, PPO and phenolics meet oxygen in the air. What happens next is a little biochemical chaos. The PPO acts like a tiny but eager chef, turning those phenolics into quinones, which are like molecular Legos. These quinones stick together and form melanin like pigments, the browning stuff. Sounds dramatic, right? And it's all over in minutes. Now, here's the fun fact. This isn't exclusive to apples. Bananas, avocados, even potatoes do it. It's a survival trick. The browning is the fruit's way of signaling to predators, I'm bruised, but I'm still alive. Eat me or don't. Your choice. But for us, it's just a pain when we're prepping salad or something like that. Or you want to have a couple apple slices and you look over and the browning has started. So it kind of ruins your day a little bit. So how do we prevent that? All right, let's talk solutions and how you keep the apple looking picture perfect. Here's the arsenal. Number one is acid drops. Have you ever heard that lemon juice is a magic potion? Well, it's true. The acid in lemon juice, citric acid, lowers the pH and jams up the PPO enzyme, like telling it, not today, Satan. You can use your vinegar or commercial sprays like Fruit Fresh. Just brush it on after slicing. Number two, soak it. You can put your apples in water with a splash of lemon juice. It works double duty, cutting off oxygen and adding acid. A pro tip is ice water slows the reaction even more. The third option is the store smart. Oxygen is the villain here, right? So if you can minimize its access, then you win. So you vacuum seal your apples or toss them in an airtight container. The fourth option is you can blanch like a boss. Cooking the apple deactivates the PPO enzyme entirely. So if you're making applesauce or pie, you're already in the clear. So if you're hopefully you're hungry and you can just make those brown apples, you make them count for something. The last, number 5 option is go for slow burning apples. Not all apples are equal. Golden Delicious and Fuji are notorious for browning fast, while Gala and Red Delicious hold up better. That's just a little food for thought. Here's a quick myth I want to throw at you. Does browning mean spoilage? Nope. It's just chemistry. As long as the apple isn't moldy or slimy, it's safe. Though I get it. The brown stuff does look yucky and it ruins your day. And let's not even start on the food waste stats. In the industry, they use high-tech methods like sulfur dioxide gas to keep cuts of fruit fresh. But at home, your lemon wedge is all you need. The bigger picture is the whole browning thing isn't just about snacks. It's a $2 billion problem for the food industry. Companies spend oodles on anti-browning tech to keep everything from salads to apple juice looking fresh. And there's even a genetically modified apple called the Arctic apple, engineered to produce less PPO. But that's a whole other episode on GMOs. Maybe next week. So there you have it. Apples turn brown because of a mad dash of enzymes and oxygen, like a tiny chemical party we never asked for. But with a splash of acid, a clever container, or quick soak, you can stop it cold. Next time you're cutting up a Granny Smith, you'll know exactly why it's plotting against you. And if you got your own tried and true methods for keeping apples fresh, drop me a line. I want to hear your stories. Thank you for listening to The Things You Should Know. Until next time, stay curious.
Stuff you should think about. Okay.